in this one, and I do tend to agree in that respect, but this map is incredibly strong for Sprout, so I think that they could at least take this one away, even if they don't win the series. They start things off on the CT side. It's Spitty here with control back in the B bomb site. Quick rushes coming out from the big side. He's blocked that one back towards Dark. Tizian will be able to secure the opening frag of the map up here. Smooya backing up his teammates, taking forward positions, and they will secure the bomb plant here for the T side, as they do overwhelm Dennis as well. Low he goes falling. Keto does chime back with a good headshot on towards Tabson, and now making his way in from Decon. Two players up in the rafters, one back over in the back lines. Over towards Dark. Searson will catch him off, turn back around, and a bit of damage on towards Smooya, but not enough to get the kill. Next also comes in, and Keto's left alone. Too much to handle. In the end, he will go down. It's an opening round. Marshmallow position. 45 seconds remaining. They're going to make their way in from Trophy. It's Spitty with the Eagle up, tagging up the first player. Is Zentaris also getting tagged up of his own accord? He looks for headshots. Cap for one and the second. Third frag against Zentaris is not quite found. The Mac 10 will be able to take him down. Still one player here towards Decon. The smoke's back up. He'll buy himself a bit more room with a secondary smoke and actually try and cross over to the back of the silo. Keto also here in control room. It's all Dennis and Searson are able to swing in. Nade, scout damage. Next comes up with a trade frag, but that's not working out for them. Sprout here with the... He will try and look on. He's got to deal with Tabson. Meanwhile, Smooya peeking in via Squeaky. He's hearing players shoot towards the outside areas, and they'll call out the information that there is one past the main area. Will not be able to take anybody down. Searson instead strikes with his AWP on towards Tabson, looking at the top of the silo boost, but will not see anyone once again from the big side. Back inside, in fact, from big. It's the lobby out to Trophy. Zentara spotted Spitty. Counter flashbang, going to try and keep him out of the way. Lower peek coming from Searson, well coordinated here from the Sprout side. This is why their CT squad, this CT squad can be so good on the likes of Nuke. It's why it's one of their default picks. It's why it's surprisingly their best map in the pool. As Keto takes out Smooya, trying to peek in, trying to force the issue from the hut area. And Nex and Tizzy in. Last two players standing for the big squad, and they should be able to take the bomb control. Maybe Nex can work off towards his outside position, but they've got only one player though. They're running this clock really low. And he does get the kill on Keto. Now's the chance to move forward here. AWP recovered, and actually they're going to just throw in the towel off the back of that. So they'll save two rifles, gain no money out of this round. We'll be on 4-stage loss bonus. So in theory, Big can force around this. Marvin, doesn't get the kill on Tizian. Would have been a tragic way for him as well to hold face and pay this one carefully. Smooya meanwhile boosted up top of the red box. Oh, he spotted the head. He knows where Dennis is. And he gets him as well. Nicely played. Well reacted to as well. The young gun stepping up quite literally in this case. Incendiary ready for Spitty. Utility being tossed out. Will try and make his way downstairs to the secret area because Big are starting to force the issue. Could make their way into the B split. Searson is down and there is no more presence on the ramp room. Ramp will see no info, and they'll be relying entirely on Spitty to call in the rotation. This will be a 5v3 retake if Big are allowed to get to control, and now they should be getting all this control. Smoke's coming in, and basically a done deal at this stage. Open up the windows, clear out all the regular corners. Enough time to go ahead and do all that and potentially set up in advanced positions, but economical danger. Flashed into main. He's got two players to deal with. This is going to be a risky peek. He's got to get the pick on 5, and I think that smoke is just going to cover up. Never mind. Quickly peek in. Looks for the second player as well. Keto able to respond, but now it's the reposition. Because Big are starting to make their way in through Squeaky. It's a spray back on Tizian, looking for the third frag for Keto. And Spitty also there to support from heaven, leaving it all on to Smooya. Dennis also right around this corner. No chance for the British boy. Might be there to contest him here at the edge of another smoke. A good smoke down to drive by him. A bit more of a better position. Just that side swipe. Actually inside the vents as well. He'll reload and he'll hear that. Spitty meanwhile dealt with by Smooya out to what looks to be ramp room aggression. Flashes from Searson going to try and counteract at the AWP, watching out the cross. And Smooya, this could be dangerous for Searson. He tries to push up closely. Little did he know that there are T-side players right there. Tabson's dealt with the AWP, peeking back in, but so much pressure against him and not enough breathing room. Incendiary to try stall for a couple more seconds. So he continues to hold that corner, but they're going to wrap back in through hell. Are there CTs on the A bomb site? They are, but they're out towards the push over towards lobby, and Tizian can tap onto the bomb. Keto takes out the bomb planter, but Tizian trades it all the same. 3 versus 2. The T's of Big now hold dominion over the A site. Searson, the AWP, got a no-scope against Smooya essentially as the bomb goes planting. Look towards outside, might catch the player off guard. Indeed he does, take him out through the floor. And now Dennis's time to strike, peeking in, not checking the upper hut area, takes out next. Now it's all left to Tizian, 2 players to worry about, 2 different positions. He faces round, takes out Dennis, now spray on Searson. He only needs to land a single good spray, but Searson lands the AWP shot instead. The defuse will come foot here, 7-5 up until the next point, come on. There you go, that's better. Very early on here in round 12, Sprout have lost the early advantage. Big trying their best to maintain pressure. Outside control now working over a lobby. Good smokes down to try and block off the squeaky areas. And Taurus with the Molotov. Through the skylight and everything. Onto the rafters, on towards Hut. And Keto ready to round this corner against Zentaris. And Zentaris and Tabson win out the fight. It's all to Farvan and Searson. 10 seconds left, and unfortunately they can't hold against them. Solo time. If they were able to drop enough players, then maybe they could have stopped the round from Big. But in the end, the quick hit from the T side is able to secure the 3rd round for the T side. One good shot for Searson at least. Takes out Smooya. Searson quick to return. Right up on the top floor rather than sitting on the stairs. Tabson going to give up his position. Is he ready for Spiddy? Well, he is right now, and he'll get the spray together for it. Just turning on as Spiddy tries to act, and that's a 5-on-4 for Big off the bat. The secondary frag as well. Tabson clearing out the outside as Dennis falls, and Keto trying to get a trade back over at Secret, but Tabson isolating these 1v1s as the T's make their way into the A-bomb site. 3 kills for Tabson as Keto goes falling. Farvan also traded back by Tizian, and the last man standing is Searson, just left to hold on to the AWP. He's got no way in for this one. No chance. Might be able to get an exit, but not even that. All 5 alive for Big. Now look. Only in the last 3 months, these results coming in for the Sprout side. Now let's see whether they can adjust and make it happen for this T side. USP's in for Zentaris on the Big defense. Tizian playing the off angles, and Zentaris actually lands a collateral headshot. Farvan and Searson down with 1 bullet from the sidelines. A 5-on-3 situation as the T's are forced off of the ramp room. Big now getting pushed upon here from Squeaky. Speedy just starting to make his way in from Hut. They're going to have their attention drawn to the center of the bomb site as the backstab comes in from the CTs, and Speedy is ready. The bomb plant should be secured in a couple seconds' time. Zentaris now being spotted out. Can he isolate a 3rd frag in this round? If he does, he'll be a major player for being in the pistol. And Speedy being forced forward. Looking for Zentaris. Taps and wraps back in. Keto looking for as many frags as he can. But no. They all pushed Hut. They all fell down. All 5 alive. And Zentaris with 3 kills. Big stuff posted by the forward player. Initially, the CTs back off, realizing that Sprout are going to wait for aggression, so don't give it to them. Next, getting Dennis down. Keto again in his flank position, going to try catch us Zentaris here towards Hell, but we'll not see him. Meanwhile, turns on the spray. Can't get it together against Tabson, though. 1 point of health. He stays alive, and Sprout just can't force the issue against Big. A 5v3 with 30 seconds to go. Speedy takes a lot of damage towards next, but does get a good trade. And now they have to act. No say in the matter. They have to go to a site. Zentaris flashbanging in, spraying through towards the main area. Will not catch off a kill against 1 man. Searson this will get taken out by Tabson. He jumps faces 1 player around that corner. He's still forced out to Zentaris, and Spiddy, last man left. Turning on the spray, the 1 SMG around here towards Hut. And in the end, Tizian will finish off. They'll make their moves in. Look at the aggressive positions being held by Tizian. Locks out the 1st, not the 2nd of Keto. Next, ready for the next man up. Spiddy comes on towards him, and 1-for-1 trades. Overall leave a 3 versus 2. Favor to Sprout in this case. Smooya and Zentaris. The bomb will go down against their line, as Smooya is dealt with by the AWP of the T side instead. Searson winning out that fight, and Zentaris forced back. Sprout, quick hit, coordinated 11. Sprout. Go, fast plays out, 3 players making their way quickly in, and Smoothie can shut down the first P250 of Next, and maybe their reckless aggression will not pay off. It will hurt them more than anything else, as Tizian and Smoothie and Next lost to come back and bite him in the arse. Next, 2 great frags, leaving it to Tizian and Smoothie to pick up the main on Garage. StarSeries also on to the ramp position, shutting out Farvan to kick things off. That initial face with that little bit of control that we have towards outside the CTs. Just wait for Sprout to make their move. Smoothie catches off one more. Another player there with the AK, that's Tizian. And Spray from Next will deal with Keto, deal with Spinny, and now look to deal with Searson with the AWP. 10 seconds left. He's falling back to say, might look for an extra frag against Smoothie. Very close to the man. Actually going to sneak past the entire CT line. Or not, never mind. They're going to turn around and hang on. Smokes in, the burst up comes through, the flashbangs away. Next only going to get blinded by 1, but now a lot of T-side players around him. He'll take down 1, and Smoothie comes up with a second on Keto. Bomb being dropped, Next ends up with a double kill, and Zentara swings in from the vents, leaving it all to Spitty. They don't know where he is, but now he's got a lot of work to do. A 1v4 clutch turning onto the first man, rounds the corner against Smoothie, but he's got to find even more 1v1s and just peeking up from heaven, face to the entire bomb site. Eventually the nade stack. Should I go down for the vent dive? Potentially not. Sprayman and Zentara coming out towards the ramp room position, much more passive from him, but he gets Keto down regardless. Opening frag in round 29. His next follows forward towards Dennis, deals with a Mac 10 player, and now the remaining T-side forces, after forcing Zentaris out the way, make their way to the bomb site. But look at this, it's an AWP from Smoothie at the double doors, ready for first contact. Expect the players to come in from control room, lands a great shot on towards Spitty, and Searson playing Overwatch. They will grab an AWP for their trouble, but now they need a bomb plant, and now they need to fend off a 4-on-2 retake. This is going to be difficult as anything for Sprout. Searson chasing up against Zentaris, his back's turned. Oh, he turns 180, looks in for the second kill. It's all going to be left to Farvan. 2 Deagles, 16th for Big. But that one stood on a nice edge for a moment there. As Sprout tried to contest for survival. It's not going to happen for them today. Well, he can do. As Smoothie takes face out towards that mid position, 2 players back towards Monster as well for the big side, and the USP shots missing from Searson. Smoothie cuts him down, looks for this next third frag, not quite found against Farvan. He is traded back by Next though, so all in all the T's do gain the advantage and keep it above the Sprout side. Nice plays in towards mid. Now here come the smokes and the flashbangs over towards the short control. 2 players make their way in. It's all going to rest onto Spitty to hold the defense. USP headshot's going to get missed out against Zentara, spotting out Tizian as well. Zentara's wrapped back in over to the bridge. 1 good headshot, second player faces in though, and that will be the only chance for the CTs to gain the opening round. Gone, and Big will take the pistol here to start things off on their T side. Run it to a certain extent, but it doesn't negate all the damage. 64 points of HP, starting things off on the wrong foot as Farvan and Searson strike first. 2 good shots coming through with Farvan deagling down Zentaris, the scout finishing off Smoothie. A 5v3 instantly gained by Sprout. Now backed up by the scout of Searson, now scoping in, shooting out 1, missing the bullet on the second. That could have been a nice headshot on Next, but Next able to get a trade, and Keto still waiting back here with the Deagle. Are they going to check this corner? Apparently not. Deagle up for the first face, only gets that 1 frag though. The AK gets traded, Next goes falling. It's all the Tizian, bomb on his back. 15 seconds to win. He takes out Speedy, just connects that spray together, but unable to go much further than that 1 frag. So if we can catch off any of the default players from Big, but this time they're not really going to go forward and try and push into that mid position. Tizian takes out Spitty, starts things off on the right foot. First man down on the B bomb site defensive. Farvan and Dennis ready to respond. The incendiaries don't quite land close enough, but Zentara still comes up and takes the frag back as Farvan's completely blind. Dennis here with 1 trade frag. Got to get a couple more though. Secondary frag on Tabson, wrapped back in the backhand side from Zentaris in at water. The bomb plant should be secured in a couple seconds time. 3v2 scenario. Keto and Searson flashing into the bomb site. Eventually Keto's dealt with, leaving Searson alone. Up 1 versus 3. Far it has been pretty confident stuff being posted up by the big side all the same, so it might even be far for the big side. They are just maintaining map control, not pushing for much more past the T-con position. As Farman does cut off that bomb plant, crucial information being gained. There's smoke down, allowed to cross back to the bomb site. He's got the man advantage. Continue to try fire away, but will not connect a second shot. Dennis, M4 up at sandbags, expecting Big to also make their way in from short, but they are not going to be as advanced as they are at Monster. Flashbangs come forwards and Taras will catch that one to the face. That is going to peek in, take him down. Secondary kill. Isolated by the CT forces. Incendiary's back. Farmer with a counter one, trying to force him forward. Getting himself a secondary kill with Spitty coming up on towards Tizian. Last man standing is next with a Krieg in his hands. 1v5 with 25 on the clock. He might burst his way through on Keto, but Keto will take him out instead. The off angle as well towards that long area. Is he going to peek in? Yes, he will. And Smooya catching the AWPer off guard. Next up for next, and Keto gets a secondary kill. 5 on 3. Flashbang in towards the bathrooms with Incendiary down the position of the map. Stop a peek, but perhaps it's sort of a forced issue. And will end up getting a trade. Friend looking at the AWP, but he's not ready for CS. And the quick trades. That's also Tabson's first frag finally coming through. Searson left isolated. Look for exits. The energy. It feels like they've already been defeated because they're just getting ripped apart. Another good pick for Searson. I don't even think Xantares was flashed in. I don't think he had anything to use in that pop dog position. And Sprout playing so well on CT side. Keto. Backed up with a smoke by a teammate, and he's onto his position. Going to try and keep Tabson at bay, and for the most part it will be successful, but Tabson slowly sneaks forward, and Keto will catch him off. Still looking in the right position, but Smooya and Tizian do return fire. 3 on 3, and Smooya finds the second AWP shot finally. He's had enough. The plant should be secured to the default area, and I think that Sprout might have a better opportunity to throw in the towel at this stage. AWP in, M4 over from Connector. This is equipment you don't want to lose at this stage. Incendiaries burst through from Dennis, doing some damage to Tizian. Wrap back in to try to get an exit frag, but they need an opening into the actual bomb site itself. He'll get one, pull some more T-side players his way. If the AWP can make his way to the bomb site, he gets next. Isolating the 1v1s. Now Smooya left alone. Utility in for Dennis. Smooya peeks forward, not ready for him. They made their way to the bomb site. They can stick the defuse. They're sticking the whole thing as well. They've got kits and everything. Smooya blind fires, takes out Dennis, but he's not the one defusing the bomb. It's Farthen to get prove to be positive for the Sprout side. And they look to prove themselves as a better German team into the pistol round for the second half. Big on the CT side. We'll start things off with Xantares. He's quickly shut down by Searson. Watching out that mid position. 2 players on short though. They're walking into a trap, and next gets 2 simple headshots. Make it 3 as Keto, last man left for the CT side. Or the T side, I should say. Absent. SMG ready up. Searson shuts him down. Sprout with the first kill of the round. It's so far pushed up to the A bomb site. Are Big rotating away? Are they already throwing in the towel for this one? Oh my god, they are. Might get Spitty. No, he shuts out Xantares. And they slowly make their way into retake positions, but way, way, way too late. Searson shuts down Smooya. At the ready. Smokes in, Incendiary's out. Here comes the execute. 2 players out at bridge. Next going to line them up and only get the one frag. Tizian on the bomb site will drop that bomb temporarily, but Dennis there for the trade back. Tabson now next from strike from jungle. Nade on to Dennis' position. He will not get the kill on it. We stand at evens again. 3 on 3. Spitty, Dennis, Searson versus Xantares, Tabson, and Smooya. Spitty forced out of the water corner, takes out Xantares for his spray trouble. All 3 players also bottlenecking themselves in from Graffiti and jungle entrance. They're running out of time. First 10 seconds gone by. Tabson up. Spitty takes his head off his shoulders. 3 kills for the man, and Smooya left. at the ready for the quick face. Smokes out, trying to stall for time at this stage, but just quick utility out here. Tizian with Sprout, the first man, trying to laugh in the second, but jumps out of the way, and that throws his aim off. USP out next, does get one good kill with a CZ, and the AK still left against 3 more of the T-side players. Could get wrapped in from Smooya, who's still sitting in connector. It's back here, 10 seconds remaining over at the flower pot area. They cross successfully. Smooya with one good pick, but Dennis will secure his bomb plant, or maybe he might not know. Next swings in, and Searson left alone. Zentaris will take him down. And are they going to cross to it? I think they've recognized that gap's there. They're not going to give it up to the AWP. At least that's what I think. Incendiary is in dangerously close for Zentaris. One good pixel's all he needs. As Keto takes some damage, the sprays are manic, and Zentaris ends off his life. Quickly switches out to his AK as the smoke starts to clear. Flashbangs to block him off even further. Gets a second kill. Keeps back in with a third, but Searson able to close it out. Tabson next up. Bomb's been dropped in the corner. Faces away. The T side are still peeking in, but I don't think they've got time for this. They're throwing in the towel. Tabson looking for Searson, trying to catch him off after the time hit 0. As Big do claim 11. How much economical damage can they do at this stage? Rounds the corner. Spray lines up, but Spinny and C might be outdated at this stage, but Smooya strikes first once again. Keto down. Long control will be established in passive up top long from the T side, but they've got to work with a bit more with 2 players up towards the mid position trying to gain some sort of split control. And Zentaris with the AK back up to the wood corner. Searson boosted. Is he boosted on top of his teammate? I think that is. Yeah. Looking over the flower pot boost. Looking onto APC, expecting a jump face, but Smooya doesn't do that. Terrible idea with the AWP. Time ticks by to 40 seconds on the clock. Flashes over. Smooya spotting out the pixel of ones, and Taurus is dealt with on the corner. And he looking to face around that smoke. No, he'll wait back and call for backup instead. They realise that they work together. They can still hold off against Sprout. It's 4v4 with a HP advantage. The smoke now forced to be used by Smooya as he repositions. Tabson catching that flashbang. Molotov burning away. He can't deny the bomb plant. So Sprout moving close and now losing the man advantage on the part of Big. They've backed right out of the bomb site. Have they got any smokes to go for ninjas? No, they haven't got any utility whatsoever. Big, this is a dire situation. Sprout holds Spitty, very close range positions. 2 players around the corner. Sprout for the first man, trying to connect it to the second. Smooya is down, Tizian all that remains. And the comeback was so well fought for Big, but they can't go past it. This time, to the face or not. Flashbang actually to get Zentaris into position and try and see if he can look for the frag, but response nades comes through from Spitty. There's a little bit of damage towards him, secondary flash, and they haven't been able to get control of Banana. Finally, Keto forced down as Tizian lands the nade on towards him, but committing a lot of resources just to get the Banana control. A little bit of a lurk coming through. Look at Smooya all the way in the apartment. Searson's going to go down towards the A bomb site. Dennis will be able to take out next to the counter rotations come in thick and fast from the CT forces. Dennis taking that kill and has brought a chance for Farther than Spitty. They're going to rotate up and try and hold the main site defense. Oh, Zentaris' Achilles heel has been spotted. And meanwhile, Farven catching off Smooya over to the graveyard area. Smokes down, out towards long. A 4-on-3 retake to the favor of the T side. And Dennis move in. Spots Zentaris, USP up, looking for the headshot, and he takes him down pretty easily. So, 2 kills to his name, holding the defense still. Tizian's going to try swinging against him, but 2 players without a Kevlar might hurt the T side a little bit. Smooya and Tabs in very passive positions. One head back behind the corner spawn. Smooya looking for the taps against next man Farven taken down. It's all up to Spitty now as Dennis also falls. And Tabson ends up with the 3K. Smooya will even get... Now the AWPs, the rifles can come out from Sprout. And they will land on the first face. Searson taking out Tabson. Starting things off on the right foot again for the CTs. With Banana control coming through as well. The smoke's down and the teams don't want to push past it. Also, Apartments control being shut out by Dennis. He's been so good in this position. Second player up the nades against him will do a lot of damage. He will still hold face before eventually falling back out and joining his teammates. It's a 5 versus 3, so no need to concede the man advantage as Farven catches off Zentaris. Again, kind of peeking around over towards the Banana position. Going falling all the same. Tizian and Smooya. Now just Tizian. Smooya goes down. Getting picked apart very efficiently here. Sprout finding and isolating the 1v1s against Big. Great defensive posted up and a bit of passiveness kind of hurting them out here. Tizian. And eventually just get faced in, taken out all the same. 3-1 on the board. Off one player, but will not be able to take him down. Eventually that quick scope lands on Farvan. Does a little bit of damage, but that opens up banana control. Are they ready for a second player around that corner? Well, they don't have to be, but best to be alert. And it will stall for a bit of time, just out of passive control, out of assumption from the T side. Spiddy back over at Coffins, ready to lock him out. He's got backup over in Searson. He's smoked off on towards the cross. Here comes Spiddy, taking out Zentaris, dropping that bomb. 16 seconds, the flashbang from his teammate leaves him out in the open. 3-on-3, the bomb can get picked up and planted. Big mistakes being forced out there by the CTs. And the plant can come through, but what can Searson do to lead his teammates back into contention? It's Orb scoping in, giving up the position over at Construction. Smooth, ready to challenge on towards him, and Searson hoping there's someone back over at New Box. Next finds Dennis, the low HP player of the CT Forces. That might just send any opportunities out on the retake. Well, Keto will take out Smoothie. That's one orb drop. Next turning back around. The spray is good. Oh my god, they've done it, but do they have time? The defuse kit from Keto needs to get right on the bomb. This will be close. And I think they've just got it. Yeah, they've got it. This will be a second for Sprout, just by the skin of their teeth. Smoothie strikes first this time for Big. At the very least, getting a kill to that mid position. This is what we need to see more from. He's dropped that bomb planter. If he can do that, we'll be in a decent position. As now Tabson tries to lurk and force the issue, faking it out entirely, but Dennis hears those footsteps. Here he comes. Tizian shuts him out immediately. Well placed there from Big to draw in the rotations and leave one man isolated. They will lose Tabson in trade, but it's a noble sacrifice, one that is worthy. Dennis boosted up, ready for Apartment's control. Next, Tizian could face against this man. Then Nade should do damage to him and Keto, though. Keto takes the brunt of it. Follow-up Nade should finish off the job. Look at how low HP they are. And Searson left now on to the long position. Excuse me, I was going to say short. Molotovs to force Tizian back out of the way. Should be out of the apartments for the most part. Again, the damage being done to Sprout, forcing Keto and Dennis to passive areas. Smooth up to the full back here, 45 seconds. He'll be waiting in the apartments to try and lurk it out. Meanwhile, Farvan with the AWP. They have got flashes to force him off position. Gonna come in from Tizian. Jump face and the boost. They take him down, the information gained. And now B-Site is over for business. Rotations incoming from Spiddy's got to try and cut off the first player. Swotes can go down towards the cross, and he recognises this all the same. And now with a 4-on-4, the HP advantage massively tips to the favour of Big. They line up for Spiddy. He does damage to Tizian, takes out Zentaris, and sees him with the AWP. Scopes back in to get the man advantage for his team, but this is so tradable, so recoverable for the Big side. Tizian and Smooya. After plant position set up, one new box, one outside of dark. Flash in, supported, it's Tizian to take out Searson. AWP peeks, missing the shot on the player at the backlines though, as Keto and Dennis continue to press forward, looking for this retake round the corner. Tizian, simple spray onto Keto, and Smoothie finishing the job off on Dennis. So a couple of here comes quick smokes, flashbangs over, quick peeks coming in from two towards second mid, and Dennis and Farvan quickly lock out the frags against Tizian, and next they weren't ready for that. Big now making their way up into Banana, and Searson can shut out Tabson for it. Zentaris and Smoothie, the last two players remaining. Peeked in, Smoothie will take a trade back at the very least. Smokes and Molotov still at the ready for Smoothie. The peek in from Keto will shut both those pieces of utility down alongside the AWP. Zentaris with the bomb in its control, but three players to face on towards the B site. Backstab incoming from, I believe, Molotov's in. Zentaris does get the spray on towards him. Site M4 watching on to the balcony. We're actually hiding back behind and expecting the balcony presence. Zentaris will go for the plant, but he's in a lot of danger from here. Spiddy moves up. Zentaris peeks left. Not checking left, though. It might be required. One boost from Searson gets all the way across. How do you get so much air out of that? I don't know, but either way, Searson's going to make it work for the opening frag. Leg on the Smoothie, P250 with the damage being done, takes him out, looks back in onto second mid, not ready for the Zentaris face from top mid. And now Keto left a little bit isolated. He's expecting fast-paced players, as is Dennis, ready to try and lock out the spray on the one man, but only gets a 1-for-1. 3v3, two players line up for Keto, and he maintains control for Sprout. Tabson, ones with the AWP on the take. One awkward peek, one bad piece of timing. No such things will be seen. Flash over, smoke down towards long. They're going to go towards short instead. Smooya, one good headshot on towards Keto, locked out from next to the second face. Back over at the pit position. They try and pressure him down, but they aren't able to get those frags. Smooya pops out, Farvan takes in, but Tizian trades it back in solo HP player. Solo HP on the last player alive for Dennis. There it is. Next closes out the job. Available. Where they're going to go? Out towards Banana for the initial phase, trying to see if they can get ahead of the utility, and for the most part they will be successful. And look at how quickly this is going to go. Spray up against Zentaris. No idea there's one man back at Sandbag. Nade will give it up. Farvan there with the trade as Dennis does end up falling. A 4 versus 3, making it almost 2 actually. Smooya swings in and takes it back to evens once again. The T is failing in the Banana control, fall back, cut their losses, head towards A, realizing a second player must have rotated out towards supporting their big main man of the B-side defensive. And it leaves it all on Tizian. SMG, close range at the corner, ready for them to make their way up, trying to reposition, takes out Keto for the first man. Smoke down towards the right-hand side, facing it towards left, can't connect the spray on Spiddy, but next is rotated in time. Searson still trades, 1-on-1. And bomb plant open for the graveyard. Will Searson be resting in a graveyard is the question. Will Smooya be able to mount it? No. The SMG versus the rifle when the headshot landed. Hampson with the 5-7. Is Keto ready for this? Smoke down towards... Is that the arch smoke? I can't quite tell. Either way, Keto. Lashing out the one man, looking on. Tabson's got his back to... Are you kidding me? He's found them all! 2 kills, 3 kills for Tabson! 5-7 and Sprout just weren't ready for it. A flashbang's not enough. And Farvan left alone. He's tapping heads left, right and center. Farvan left with literally no... And raise hell. I love his trigger discipline as well. The lineup, 2 players dead and Keto just couldn't respond. That was the most perfect placement. However, playing as a great team, playing as a great CT side, trying to hold the defensive. Smooya in a very, very tight angle here towards the apartments and a bit too far pushed up. Keto recognizing the danger, hearing that scope and swinging out against the AWP, knowing that he can't challenge. Takes the UK dog down. Opening frag as well for Sprout, trying to close in on the A-bomb site, spraying on Tizian towards short, next left alone, back over on long. Damage being done to a couple players thanks to those Molotovs put back, but Nex has got to go big, and he's not going to go in at all. 5-on-2, this should be the save call for the big side because this is an impossible retake. And indeed it is. Simple round at the very least for Sprout, and that will be enough to maintain control. Their own economy state isn't looking too pretty, so the fact they have these 2 rifles might open up a few more options than what... Smooya now left as the main defender. Over towards Coffins, first responder, waiting for someone to peer through those smokes. One will start to clear, the second one still up though, out towards Cross, and Farvan will lock onto his backup as Zentaris. Meanwhile, Keto strikes towards the A-bomb site as the real hit comes through, and they dismantle every player from big. No one left to retake this. Plant down to the back of the site. Tabson and Smooya are probably going to consider throwing in the towel so much as they drop for the right people. 3 frags against their name shouldn't be too much of a problem, especially as they drop 4 over the... I'm going to commit the bomb to this position, but Tizian will spot it, and he will get taken out for his trouble. Information gained, but now Smooya's got to go big. Here in the footsteps, AWP scoping, and he takes out Dennis. Ready for a second player at the same time, looking on towards short as well. Next is here towards mid. Ready for Spiddy. Make his way up, flashbang in, but not able to receive against anyone. Spiddy spotted, spray on the first, not quite the second. Keto trades the 3 versus 3, so Sprout hold on to their advantages. But the only advantage being the weapon advantage. HP favouring big. Good couple of faces with Smooya playing at the back over at pit. He is isolated. If they can get this kill against him, they should be able to lock out the site. 2 kills for Smooya. Flick back to the third man. Not happening against Farvan. And Zentaris is going to wait for backup at Tabson. This retake. Everything lying on it. And again, SMGs versus rifles. 1 AK picked up for Zentaris. Might open up a chance, but they need to get these headshots. And Searson's now got the AWP waiting in. Shoulder bait will force him out. Molotov in. Tabson. Locked in against the smokes here. Searson catches off 1. It's all for Tabson. The IGL, the big guy, the big gun for big. He's on the bomb site, but he's got 2 players to find. Sprays on the first man. Can he find the second? Does he know that Searson's still here to the back of the bomb site? I don't think he can see there. Burst through, doesn't matter. He can't take the fight, and he will lose it out 16-13, and it will be Sprout in the semi-finals above their German brethren of Big, and they will